Originally sprawling over 13 hectares, Hoa Lo Prison, better known as the Hanoi Hilton Prison, was one of the largest prisons built by the French in Indochina. The original purpose of the prison was to function as the end of the assembly line for the colonial system of jurisprudence, detaining Vietnamese criminals who were more often than anti-colonial revolutionaries. After the French were ousted in 1954, it was used to incarcerate a new set of Vietnamese people, counter-revolutionaries opposed to the growing influence of the party. Then, during the American War, another new group of so-called despicable imperialist bandits were detained in the form of downed American pilots. From 1964 to 1973, Hoa Lo served as a prisoner of war camp and received a new unofficial name, the Hanoi Hilton. The Vietnamese say that American prisoners were well treated, but published memoirs by former inmates speak of torture, murder, medical neglect, constant humiliation, and being fed food contaminated with feces. Many observers still maintain this type of treatment was a war crime. The Hanoi Hilton became so important in popular culture that when the Hilton Corporation opened a hotel in Hanoi in 1999, they had to name it the Hilton Hanoi Opera to avoid tapping into any dark associations. After 1975, the buildings were once again used to jail Vietnamese who spoke out against the communist government. This continued until the early 1990s, when the government realized they were wasting a prime piece of downtown real estate. Most of the prison were sold in 1993 to developers to create the Hanoi Towers, and the southeast portion was preserved as a memorial where is written to the revolutionary patriotic soldiers who heroically laid down their lives in Hoa Lo Prison for the independence and freedom of the nation. A few of the cells feature relatively lifelike, slightly renderings of suffering prisoners. All in all, this place is one of the most interesting historical sites to see in Hanoi. This is a definite must place to visit when you are there. This was a very moving place for me. It was also very interesting and useful to learn more about the history of Vietnam. Seeing all those cells and finding about the atrocities against the human beings there, it is a wonder any of the prisoners survived.